So the last class we what started discussing about this throws keyword, right? Okay, let's go with that. Throws keyword. What happens with throws keyword? See, let me ask you one simple question, students. If some exception raised, if what something was going to be happened in a program, try to be interactive, students. Okay, suppose we have what some set of lines, 3 lines are there, here 2 lines is there, and here 2 lines are there, and there is some problem in this 3 lines. Then what if there might be a chance of getting an exception in first line, or in any one of these 3 line, there might be a chance of getting an exception. Now in that case, what we'll be doing? Can anyone? I need a graceful termination of the program. In that case, what we'll be doing? Can anyone?
Try.
Can elaborate it. What we'll be doing? Past.
ఎక్కడైతే ఎక్సెప్షన్ వస్తుంది అనుకుంటున్నామో ఆ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ ని ట్రై బ్లాక్ లో పెట్టు.
ఓకే,
క్యాచ్ బ్లాక్ లో ఆ ఎక్సెప్షన్ ఏదైతే అవుతుందో ఆ ఎక్సెప్షన్ ఏమి ఇచ్చి దానికి ఒక వేరియబుల్ ఇచ్చి దెన్ విల్ రైట్ పర్టికులర్ స్టేట్మెంట్ అబౌట్ దట్.
Okay, fine. I need a response from the students. Are you agreeing with the thing what Pavan had said?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very few responses I received. Right. So what Pavan is saying is that all troublemaking statements, that means these 3 instructions will be placing in try block, will be placing in try block, will be placing in a try block. And what if exception raises, then what that exception should be handled with what? A catch block, right? If 3 are different exceptions, then we need to take how many catch blocks here? We need to take how many catch blocks, students? If 3 are different exceptions,
3 catch.
yes, 3 catch blocks we need to take. Okay, 3 different catch blocks we need to take, and we need to handle that particular exception. Okay, this is what the Pavan had said. Now I'm not worrying about graceful termination. First of all, as a programmer, I'm not interested to go with graceful termination, but there is some situation for me to handle an exception. There is a situation for me to handle an exception, and that is going to be a checked exception. You already have some clarity because you are given an answer for the question also. Checked exceptions was checked at compile time, and we need to handle this particular exception. See, I'm a programmer, I'm worst programmer. Let us assume I'm the one of the worst programmer. I'm not interested to handle exceptions. I'm not interested to handle exceptions, but few exceptions are there. Those exceptions I need to handle. If I'm not going to handle that exceptions, then Java compiler is generating an error. Java compiler are generating an error. In order to do such kind of thing, Java providing a keyword called throws. Java is providing a keyword called what? Throws. Throws is a keyword in Java. Throws is a keyword in what? Java. Now, if the programmer is not interested to handle an exception, if there is a situation for the programmer to handle an exception, in that case, we can make use of what? Throws keyword. In that case, we can make use of what? Throws keyword. Okay, got clarity, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
రైట్. ఇక్కడ థింగ్ ఏంటంటే ట్రై క్యాచ్ యూస్ చేయకుండా ఒక చెక్డ్ ఎక్సెప్షన్ ని మీరు హ్యాండిల్ చేయాలి. చెక్డ్ ఆర్ అన్చెక్డ్ ఏదైనా పర్లేదు. నేను ఎందుకు చెక్డ్ అని అంటున్నానంటే, ఇప్పుడు మీరు అర్థమెటిక్ ఎక్సెప్షన్ హ్యాండిల్ చేయకపోయినా కానీ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో ఎర్రర్ వస్తుందారా? కంపైల్ టైమ్ లో ఎర్రర్ వస్తుందా? రాదు. ఎందుకు వస్తుందమ్మా? ఎస్ అండ్ సమ్వన్ స్టూడెంట్ సైడ్ మీరు మన ఫస్ట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ డీల్ చేస్తున్నాము. ఫస్ట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో మనం ఏం చేస్తాం, అక్కడ కంపైల్ టైమ్ లో ఎక్కడ ఎర్రర్ రాదు. సి ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ విత్ వన్ ద సేమ్ థింగ్, జస్ట్ లిసన్ హియర్. Not make you to understand this throws, only my intention, that's it. Try to understand. Right. So in this in this program, what we are done, see students, here we are what getting an exception. C is equal to A divided by B, system.out.println of C, and then system.out.println hello world and hello. I'm saving this program, and there is a possibility because A value has 100, B value has 0. Now I'm going to compile this program, the java c space demo.java, enter. Java space -cp -cp demo1 enter. Okay, so here what happens, abnormal termination was occurred. We did not getting any what problem at compile time, any problem at compile time, even though this program raises an exception, we know that, but we not use try catch, we not use throws keyword also here, we not use throws keyword also here, but the program termination was happened by means the program execution was happened with abnormal termination. I do agree that with abnormal termination program execution was happened by means because of that instruction it was happened, but there is no compile time error, students. There is no compile time error, students. But when I'm going to take something like this, int c is equal to, I'm going with some buffer reader br is equal to new buffer reader, new input string reader, system.a semicolon lang.start. Now what I'm doing here is I'm going to take integer dot parseInt of br.readline and a method is. Now when I'm going to handle this kind of things, now what happens is the Java compiler is going to generate an error. Compile itself generating an error with that instruction. Compile itself generating an error with that instruction. What's the problem? You cannot find buffer reader. Same thing we use. Oh, we are not imported IO. I imported the right. So Java C space demo.java will be getting an error here. See, unreported exception must be caught or declared to be thrown. Right, because of this it raising what some exception. See, because of this instruction it was raising some exception. br.readline is raising what some exception. This method is raising some exception. Now if I make this in common lines, even though there is an arithmetic exception, the Java compiler is not going to generate any error. Java compiler is not generating any error. So in order to handle this type of situations, then we'll be going with try catch. So what we'll be doing is we'll be going with the try. We'll be going with what? Try. So first of all, what this readline method throws an exception means, readline method throws what? IO exception. So what I need to do is I need to go with my story that try I need to take opening page, and where this statements are there, up to this the statements are there. So I'm going with closing page, and then I'm going with here IO exception. Then I'm going with what? IO exception E. Then I'm going to take some statements inside this. Right now I'm going to compile this time, and there won't be any error at all. This time there won't be any error at all. Okay, sorry, we are not taking remote command lines. Save it. Okay, now there won't be any error because I use try and catch. But the programmer is not interested to use try and catch over here. He is not at all interested to use try and catch. Then what he can do is, where this br.readline method was used, in which method it was used? Respond.
Main method.
It was used in main method. So after this main method, we need to give some information, throws IO exception. Save it. Compile it, and there won't be any error. So we need to enter some value, then we'll be getting arithmetic exception. Why means we are accepting the value of D. So we need to enter some value. After that, we'll be getting what? Arithmetic exception. See, what happens is for runtime, for what unchecked, the Java compiler doesn't generate any error. At runtime, the error may or may not occur. At runtime. But in this case, checked exceptions, what Java compiler is going to generate an error. In order to do such kind of thing, we need to use either try catch, or else we need to simply throw out that particular exception. And some students had asked me in the last class that, are we in a position to throw out other exceptions? Yes, you can throw out this exception, arithmetic exception. You can make use of your arithmetic exception also. Save it, compile it. There won't be any problem, but there won't be any graceful termination, students. There won't be any graceful termination. Okay. So we need to enter some value. That's the reason. Right. So there won't be any graceful termination, exception, threadment, java.lang, automatic exception. Okay. Simply what happens is, if you're not in a position, if you're not interested to use a try and catch, if you're not interested to use try and catch, then you can make use of this throws IO exception only for or for both. You can make use of both automatic runtime exceptions or checked exceptions, as well as for what unchecked exceptions. But this throws keyword is required, is what in a position to use only for, it is recommended to use only for checked exception. Checked exception. If there is a possibility that if you might be getting some exception at runtime, then try to handle it by using try and catch, so that graceful termination is going to be occurred. The reason is that if you're using with the runtime exceptions also, if you're making use of this throws keyword, then abnormal termination is going to be occurred. Abnormal termination is going to be occurred. Then question raises from your end that, so what's the reason for going this throws keyword? Yes, for checked exceptions, if you're not interested to use try and catch, then you can make use of this throws IO, throws keyword. Why I'm recommending this means, there is 99% there won't be any problem with checked exceptions. We will not be getting any problem with checked exceptions. So simply you can throw that exceptions out by using what throws keyword, by using what throws keyword, right? Clear with this, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So
Yes, sir.
that's what we got. We have one statement, students, here. We can declare the exception in the method declaration, the exception that occurs inside the method. Whatever the exception it might be, it might be not only checked, you can go with unchecked also, no problem. Unchecked also, no problem. But remember that if you're using throws, means throws for runtime, for checked or unchecked means abnormal termination is going to be occurred. Abnormal termination is going to be occurred. It's not like what try and catch. Abnormal termination is going to be occurred. If method is not handling the exception, then we can declare the exception using what throws keyword. Using throws keyword, we can delegate the responsibility of handling the exception to the caller of the method. To the caller of the method. అంటే read line అన్న మెథడ్ ఎక్సెప్షన్ రేజ్ అవడానికి ఛాన్స్ ఉంది. ఆ మెథడ్ ఏ ప్యాకేజ్ లో ఉంది? IO ప్యాకేజ్ లో ఉంది. సో ఆ మెథడ్ లోపల వాళ్ళకి ఎక్సెప్షన్ హ్యాండిల్ చేయడానికి కుదరలేదు. దే ఆర్ నాట్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ టు హ్యాండిల్ దట్ ఎక్సెప్షన్. సో సింప్లీ వాట్ దే డన్ is after read line they used what throws IO exception thing they used. Now if I'm using that read line method means, then I need to what handle that exception. That means suppose I'm the programmer, I'm going to use br.readline in main method. Who is calling that br.readline method? Main method is called. Now this main method has to handle it, or else this main method has to throw out that particular exception. Throw out that particular exception. And who is calling main? And that is going to take that responsibility. That is going to take that responsibility. That is what happened here. If you're not going to handle, if you're not going to write here throws keyword, throws IO exception, or if you're not going to handle try and catch, then this kind of errors you'll be getting, that unreported exception error you will be getting. So in order to resolve this problem, what we are done is we are done with the help of try and catch. We are done with the help of what try and catch. But the programmer is not interested to use try and catch for the sake of what for this thing, right? For checked exceptions, the programmer is not interested to use this try and catch. Then what is the option that we have? We have an option called throws keyword. Simply the same program was rewritten like this. It has been rewritten like this. Throws IO exception. Throws IO exception. After this main, I'm writing it and I'm going to execute the program. I'm going to execute the program, right? If the programmer is not interested to handle an exception, then you need to use after method declaration, you need to take a keyword called throws followed by whatever the exceptions that are going to be raised inside a method. That exception list he can take over there. Either it might be checked exception or unchecked exception. This is only in case of the programmer is not interested to use try and catch, and you want to throw out that particular exception, means you can make use of throws keyword. We can make use of throws keyword. But in actual scenario, this throws can be used, or it is recommended to use this throws keyword only for checked exception, not for unchecked exception. Okay, clear with this, students, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Only 2 yes I got. What about remaining? Any doubts are there? I will be calling some rule number. Today we'll go with 40 series. 41, 541,
No, sir.
542, no, 543, Mrudula,
No, sir.
I've understood it.
Yes, sir.
44, Siddharth, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Have you understood what I said?
Yes, sir.
Can you say what do you mean by try block?
Sir?
What do you mean by try block?
We can, we can write code, but we can just check the code whether it's working or not, sir.
I didn't get you what you're saying.
We can check the code, whether it is working or not.
No, I didn't said any point like this.
In try block.
Try block. No, this is not the valid point, Siddharth. You are listening, but you are not listening properly. Try to listen it carefully, Siddharth. 45. Try to watch the videos which was shared with you earlier. 45. Gaurinath. Gaurinath,
Sir.
are you
Sir.
listening?
Yes, sir.
I've understood what's the importance of throw keyword. Throw keyword. Gaurinath. Or what's the importance of throws keyword? Gaurinath. Okay. Gaurinath, call me after the class. Let's see. I'm going to take import space java.lang.star and import space java.lang.io.star. Now class demo3. Inside this class demo3, I'm taking int a comma b instance variable and one instance method I'm going to take here. One instance method I'm going to take here, and the name of that instance method is accept method. The name of this instance method is what? Accept method. After that, one more method I'm going to take, display method I'm going to take. And what's the name of the class I'm going to take here? Demo3 is the name of the class. Public static void main I'm going to take, and then I'm going to create an object demo3 d is equal to new demo3, and then I'm going to call accept method, then display method. Two methods I'm calling. Now initially what I'm doing is I'm going to remove throws over here. I'm going to remove throws over here, and I'm going to remove throws over here. And let's try to understand what's the logic that we have inside the program. I have demo3, and this demo3 contains two instance variables, two methods. One is accept method, other one is what? Display method. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to take main method. Inside this main method, I'm creating demo3 object because it is two are instance variables, two are instance methods. So I need to call the two instance variables and two methods. So that's the reason I'm going with this thing demo3 d is equal to new demo3 d dot accept. Now the control goes to instance method. Inside this instance method, what I'm doing is I'm creating buffer reader object. And after that, I'm creating buffer reader object. After creating buffer reader object, I'm asking the user to enter an integer. And then I'm going to take a is equal to integer dot parseInt of br dot readline. I'm accepting string, and that string I'm converting in the form of integer by using what? parseInt method. By using what? parseInt method. And that I'm going to store in an instance variable called a. After that, again, I'm asking the user to enter one more integer, and I'm going to accept that integer in the form of string, and that I'm going to convert in the form of integer by using what? parseInt, and that has been stored in what? b. After that, again, I'm going to call display method. Control goes to display method. We are going to print system.out.println a 7 spaces followed by what? b. Like that, we'll be printing the value. Okay. See what happens is this is a program that we are done, but nowhere we are not using any try and catch. Nowhere we are not using any try and catch. Now what happens is I'm going with some more one more function here, public space void space division. Inside this division, what I'm doing is I'm going to take one simple instruction, system.out.println division plus a divided by b semicolon. Okay, like this I'm going to take here public void division system.out.println division a divided by b, and I'm going to call this d.div. Okay, like this I'm going to call d.div. Like this I'm going to call. Okay, now I'm going to save this program and I'm going to compile this program java c space demo3.java. Okay, but I got an error. C unreported exception IO must be caught or declared to be thrown. Unreported exception must be caught or declared to be thrown. Like that, I got two errors over here. I got two errors over there. Okay, this is a checked exception. That's the reason we got an error. Why I got an error over here means, because I'm using readline method, and Java API clearly says that readline method is going to raise some exception. Now what I can do here, two options. I can go with try catch, or else I can make use of what? Throws keyword. Where I can use this throws keyword? In which method I use this br.readline? Which method I use br.readline, students?
Accept.
Accept.
So inside this accept, we can make use of try, or else simply what we can do, if you're not interested with try catch, then what I can do,
Throws.
right? What we
Throws
can
IO
do?
exception.
Very good. Throws IO exception. Throws IO exception. I'm going to write over here. I'm not interested to use try and catch. Right now, I'm going to save this. Again, I'm compiling it. Again, it giving some error. See, unreported exception IO must be caught or declared to be thrown, where it was occurring d.accept. Earlier, directly it's shown with the instruction br.readline method might be raising some exception. You are not handled. You must be caught or you must be declared, like that it is saying. And after that, what we have done after this accept method, I have done what? Throws keyword, throws IO exception I used. But what happens here is I'm going to take unreported exception IO must be caught or declared to be thrown, and I'm taking what? D.accept over here. It's giving some error at D.accept. That means in this place it's giving an error. D.accept. What's the meaning in that? In very
Main
simple.
దగ్గర
Yeah, go ahead.
మెయిన్ దగ్గర త్రోస్ IO ఎక్సెప్షన్ అనేది రాయాలి.
మెయిన్ దగ్గర త్రోస్ IO exception అని రాయాలి. ఎందుకు రాయాలి అలా?
రీడ్ లైన్ మెథడ్ మెయిన్ లో ఉంది కాబట్టి సార్.
రీడ్ లైన్ మెథడ్ మెయిన్ లో లేదు కదా నాన్న, యాక్సెప్ట్ మెథడ్ లో ఉంది.
దాన్ని కాల్
మెయిన్
చేస్తున్నాం కదా
మెథడే
సార్.
యాక్సెప్ట్ ని కాల్
చెప్పండమ్మా గాయత్రి. మెయిన్ మెథడే యాక్సెప్ట్ మెథడ్ ని కాల్ చేస్తుంది, అందుకోసం రాయాలనా? Response, students, very good response you are giving.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So very good. What happened here is actually గా read line అన్న మెథడ్ చెక్డ్ ఎక్సెప్షన్ రేస్ చేస్తుంది. నాకు ప్రోగ్రామర్ గా నాకు ఇంట్రెస్ట్ లేదు. నేనేం చేయాలి అప్పుడు? ఏ మెథడ్ లో అయితే నేను యూజ్ చేస్తున్నానో ఆ మెథడ్ డిక్లరేషన్ దగ్గర థ్రోస్ IO ఎక్సెప్షన్ అని చెప్పేసి రాశాను. అంటే ఈ థ్రోస్ IO ఎక్సెప్షన్ ఎవరికి ఇస్తున్నట్టు? టు హూమ్ వి ఆర్ గివింగ్, which method this what was called by accept, who is calling accept, and to that method we are giving this information. That means accept method is giving information to caller method, the method which was called accept, and try to handle this exception. I'm not interested to handle that exception. I'm accept method. I'm saying that inside my method there is a what chance of getting IO exception, and who is calling me, and that fellow has to take responsibility to handle this IO exception. And who is calling accept method here? Main method is calling what? Accept method here. Now main method has to take this in try and catch. It has to take it in try and catch. Only accept method it has to take in try and catch. Try catch IO exception. Okay, like this they need to take. If you compile this, there won't be any error. If you remove this try catch, then definitely there will be an error. But I'm not interested to handle this checked exception with the help of try and catch. So that generates what? Error. Now what I can do here, I need to delegate this responsibility to the method who is calling main. Who is calling main method? JVM with the help of OS calling with the help of what? CPU or OS, they are going to call what? Main method. Then who is going to take the responsibility of handling this throws IO exception? JVM is going to take the responsibility to handle this IO exception by terminating the program abnormally. Clear with this, students?
Yes.
సార్ రీడ్ లైన్ డిక్లేర్ చేసుకున్న మెథడ్ లో కూడా త్రోస్ IO ఎక్సెప్షన్ రాయాలా సార్?
రాయాలి నాన్న. ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు ఎక్కడ ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుంది? రూట్ కాజ్ ఏంటి? రీడ్ లైన్ అన్న మెథడ్ లో ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుంది. జనరల్ గా హైరార్కీ వినండి ఒకసారి. రీడ్ లైన్ అని ఒక మెథడ్ ఇచ్చారు, ఆ మెథడ్ లో ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుంది. Try to understand this. Okay, they are taken one simple thing. Try to understand, all of you. I will be asking you the questions in between. This is read line method. And in this readline method, we have some set of instructions. And because of some instructions, there might be possibility to raise or to get IO exception. IO exception. They're not interested to handle this. They're throwing it. They're throwing this IO exception by using what throws key. Now what happens is programmer came into the picture. Programmer came into the picture. This is a readline method. Programmer came into the picture. Programmer came into the picture. Here the programmer came into the picture. Now this programmer, what he had done is he is writing very good program. He is taking something called as class demo3. Inside this class demo3, he is taking many functions to this. And among that, one function is going to be public static main string. What main method is taking? Main method is taking. Inside this main method is using what void space m1. Inside this m1 is using readline. Using readline. Again, he's using going with m2. Inside this m2, again he is using what readline by creating buffer reader object or something else. Void space m3. Okay. Again, he is using here buffer reader readline method. Okay. Now here this m1, m2, m3, all these methods were called from what main method by creating an object m1, m2, and then m3. Okay. Now or else okay, like that we'll be doing. Now m1 we are going to call. M1 method contains what readline method. So readline method is going to raise some exception, that is IO exception. That is what IO exception. Now this IO exception must be handled by m1 method. M1 method. M1 is not handling it. So what this M1 is doing? Simply it's writing something called as throws. Throws IO exception. Now who is calling this M1? Main is calling this M1. So this here they need to use try catch. If the main is not interested, then again what they need to do? They need to go with what? Throws IO exception. Okay, throws IO exception. Now again they are going with the M2 method. In M2 also again we are using readline method. Then again what we need to do? We need to take this instruction as it is over here. As it is over here. If you're not interested, M2 is not interested to use try catch. Again they are going to call. However, we are taking IO exception for this, no problem. And again M3 I'm calling. M3 also using readline method, and same thing they need to take over here also. That means for M1 we need to take throws IO exception. M2 we need to take throws IO exception. M3 we need to take throws IO exception. And for main method also, we can take all these three statements in try catch, or else we can make use of what throws keyword, and we can throw that particular exception to the JVM. If any problem occurs with IO exception, and JVM is going to handle that particular exception over there. Okay, clear? I think you got some clear picture over here. Readline is not handling the exception, and it's delegating the exception to caller of the method who is calling readline M1. M1 has to handle by using try catch. If M1 is not interested, M1 method declaration we need to use throws IO exception. And who is calling M1? Main method is calling M. If main is not interested to handle that exception, again we need to use throws IO exception over there. Clear with this?
Clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's right. So this throws is recommended only for checked exception. Now I'm going to execute this program, students. Now there is no problem in this. Yeah, go ahead. You can ask.
సార్ అక్కడ డెమో3 క్లాస్ లో అది ఆ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో మీరు డివిజన్ మెథడ్ తీసుకున్నారు కదా సార్, అక్కడ అర్థమెటిక్ ఎక్సెప్షన్ రాదా సార్? మరి
వస్తుంది అదే చెప్తున్నా. ఇప్పుడు నేను అదే చూపిస్తాను. ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ లోకి వెళ్తే తెలుస్తుంది అనేసి ఆగాను. నౌ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ విత్ డెమో3. చూడండి, ఎంటర్ ఎనీ ఇంటీజర్ మీన్స్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు ఎంటర్ 10. ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు ఎంటర్ 10. So I'm going to call division 1 I got. Now again I'm executing it. I'm going to enter 10. This time I'm going to enter 0. Now what happens? C, I'm going to call accept method. No problem. Display. I displaying the values. But D, there might be a possibility to get which exception, ma?
Arithmetic exception.
Arithmetic exception. I'm going to press enter, and it was terminated abnormally. Why means I did not use try and catch. Now what we'll be doing is we'll be going with try and catch inside this. If you're not interested means you can write what division throws IO exception you can write over there.
అప్పుడు మెయిన్ లో కూడా పక్కన అర్థమెటిక్ ఎక్సెప్షన్ రాసుకుంటాం సార్.
మెయిన్ లో రాసిన రాయపైన నడుస్తుంది, ఎందుకంటే అర్థమెటిక్ ఎక్సెప్షన్ కదా సార్. చెక్ చేద్దాం మనం. జస్ట్ లెట్ మీ గివ్ మీ సమ్ టైం. Very good number of questions you are asking, students. Very good. I'm very happy. Because if you are asking many questions, that itself indicates that you are listening and you are thinking. Oh, I forgot to take one more statement. Okay, let's one more statement. After division, we'll be taking one more statement, students. System.out.println. Java C demo3.java. Now I'm going to execute the program 10 and then 0. See, graceful termination was occurred or not? Exception in thread main java.lang. Divide by 0 and then completed. It came to back to that method and it executed that also. Okay, after the method instruction also it is executed. Now I'm not going to take try and catch. I'm not going to take try and catch. Now what happens, whether how the program execution is going to be done? Let's see. 10, 0. Now this time have you got completed here? Completed message we got? No. Why? Means the program was terminated abnormally. Arithmetic exception divided by 0. Abnormally the program was terminated. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take here throws keyword. Even though if you take throws keyword also, the program is going to be terminated abnormally. So for your sake, I'm taking here throws IO exception. Now let's compile this. Let's compile this. I think we will not be getting any error. Will not be getting any because it's a runtime exception. So 10 and then 0 I'm going to enter. Again we got abnormal thing. Okay, I've understood.
సార్ అర్థమెటిక్ ఎక్సెప్షన్ వచ్చేటప్పుడు మెయిన్ ఫంక్షన్ దగ్గర ఇవ్వమా సార్?
అవసరం లేదు, అదే చెప్పాను కదా. No need to give here because it's not a checked exception. Even though if you are giving here, if you're not giving here, then that doesn't matters because JVM is going to handle it because it's a runtime exception. మీరు అర్థమెటిక్ ఎక్సెప్షన్ అనేది రన్ టైమ్ ఎక్సెప్షన్. మీరు ఇచ్చినా ఇవ్వకపోయినా కానీ ప్రాబ్లం ఏం లేదు. JVM హ్యాండిల్ చేయడం రెడీగా ఉంది కదా. అబ్నార్మల్ గా టర్మినేట్ చేస్తుంది, ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇచ్చేస్తుంది. మీరు హ్యాండిల్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుందంటే గ్రేస్ఫుల్ టర్మినేషన్ జరుగుతుంది అక్కడ.
ఓకే సార్.
ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ మీరు ఇవ్వకపోయినా ప్రాబ్లం లేదురా, ఎందుకంటే ఇది చెక్డ్ ఎక్సెప్షన్ కాదు. ఫస్ట్ థింగ్ అర్థమైందా? జస్ట్ ఇక్కడ తీసుకున్నా తీసుకోపోయినా ప్రాబ్లం లేదు, ఇట్ విల్ బి హ్యాండిల్డ్, దట్స్ ఇట్. బట్ మనం ఎందుకు తీసుకుంటున్నామంటే చెక్డ్ ఎక్సెప్షన్ కాబట్టి ఇది హ్యాండిల్ చేయాలి పక్కా. హ్యాండిల్ చేయలేని పక్షంలో then we can make use of throws IO exception. If you're not writing here throws IO exception, what happens? Java compiler generating an error over there. Understood?
సార్ ఈ కాలింగ్ ఫంక్షన్స్ దగ్గర త్రోస్ కీవర్డ్ వాడకుండా ట్రై క్యాచ్ వాడాలనుకుంటే ఎక్కడ పెట్టడం అప్రోప్రియేట్ సార్? అంటే కాలింగ్ ఫంక్షన్ లో పెట్టాలా లేకపోతే కాల్ చేసేటప్పుడు పెట్టాలా?
యాక్చువల్ గా మనకి ప్రాబ్లమ్ మేకింగ్ ట్రై క్యాచ్ యూస్ చేసేప్పుడు ఎక్కడ పెడతాం అంటే ట్రబుల్ మేకింగ్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ ఎక్కడైతే ఉంటాయో అక్కడ పెడితే బెటర్. అంటే నా సజెషన్, నా వే ప్రకారం మీరు యాక్సెప్ట్ మెథడ్ లో br.readline మెథడ్ యూస్ చేస్తున్నారు కాబట్టి అక్కడ యూస్ చేసుకుంటే ఇట్స్ వెరీ గుడ్.
ఓకే సార్.
Or else you can use only for accept method. Two options are there. I prefer the first one rather than going with the second, that taking try catch for accept. I will go with what there itself. Okay, there is also one reason. Very good question. There is also one reason. You observed or not, students, where the arithmetic exception was occurred? Which function the arithmetic exception was occurred?
Division.
Division. But when the Java compiler is generating an exception, it's giving something. See, exception in thread main java.lang.arithmetic exception at demo3.division at demo3.main. That means in which method it was given, exception was raised, that method, and which method has called that division, main method has called that division method. I've understood. This is called stack trace. Stack trace. That means how from where which function exception was raised, that also it's giving us very clear. Understood?
Yes sir.
I need a response from all whether you have
Yes, sir.
understood or not.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Very few responses I'm receiving, students, from you all because
సార్ ఎంటర్ ఇంటీజర్ లో మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి 10s తీసుకొని రన్ చేయండి సార్.
number format exception. Very good. Who is this?
41.
Okay, right, very good. Right. 10 25s exception in thread main java.lang number format exception for input string at number format exception input string and java.base lang integer dot parseInt, and which method it was got here, demo3 accept demo3 main method. Abnormal termination was occurred. Why? It's a runtime, we are not handled it. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Now what we need to do, what's the solution for this 41?
Again, we have to use throws number format.
Not graceful అవ్వాలంటే ట్రై క్యాచ్ ఇంకా వేరే ఆప్షన్ లేదు. అబ్నార్మల్ అవ్వాలంటే త్రోస్కి వెళ్తాం, చెక్డ్ ఎక్సెప్షన్. గ్రేస్ఫుల్ టర్మినేషన్ అంటే ఓన్లీ వన్ థింగ్, ట్రై క్యాచ్. నీకు గ్రేస్ఫుల్ కావాలా అబ్నార్మల్ కావాలా?
గ్రేస్ఫుల్.
గ్రేస్ఫుల్ కావాలంటే ఎక్కడ యూజ్ చేయాలి ట్రై క్యాచ్?
ఆ ట్రబుల్ మేకింగ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ దగ్గర
ఎక్కడ దట్స్ వాట్ ఐ మై క్వశ్చన్, వేర్
అంటే ఎంటర్ ఇంటిజర్ పైన.
Yes, from here we need to take try and then what, catch. Okay, and then we need to go with what, number format exception.
Yes.
And then one more exception also will come, that is IO exception. If you want to handle IO exception also will come. That's it. Two exceptions are there to get over here. Any other doubts, students? Very good doubts you are asking. Few students are asking very good doubts. Any other doubts? Respond. Forty-six. Oh, 46. 47. 47. 48. 47. I've understood. Are you writing notes? Turn on your video. Okay, I will be sharing this program with you. Already the program was there in the notes. You can go with that program. Now I am going with some built-in exceptions, students. And then we'll be going with user defined exception. Sorry, we'll be going with throw keyword, and then we'll be going with thing. Have you written this throws notes?
Program లేదు sir.
Program. You can make use of note of you can write this program. This program you can make use. You can note down this program. Make a note of this program fast, then we'll be going with throw keyword. At least theory we'll discuss and program we'll be discussing in the next class. And again, 4th hour I'm going to take your DM class I'm going to take today. And we'll be going with throw keyword and creating user defined exceptions we'll be discussing. Creating user defined exceptions and then throw keyword I'm going to discuss. Okay. Have you completed writing this program?
No sir. Completed? Response, students. Completed?
No, sir.
Only this program, don't go with this part, only go with this part. Maniteja, I said turn on your video and show me what you are writing. Maniteja,
Sir.
turn on your video. Huh? Respond. Maniteja, turn on your video. What's the problem?
రాయలేదు సార్.
I said many times to note down the things, but this shows your negligence, Maniteja.
సార్ వింటున్నా సార్, చేతులకు రాసే ఫైన్ చేస్తున్నా.
This is not a proper answer. If you are there in my position, are you going to give the same answer to your faculty? Many times I'm giving instructions to you that make a note of I'm giving some time. Then what's the use of giving this time, spending time for giving time for writing the program?
సార్ నాకు మీరు ఇచ్చే టైం కూడా సరిపోతలేదు సార్.
At
మీరు
least
ఒక్కరు
few lines you
చేస్తానగానే
can write.
తీసేస్తారు సార్.
Huh?
మీరు ఒక్కరు చేస్తానగానే తీసేస్తారు సార్. ఆ టైం
Then I need to go with many topics, Maniteja. Then you need to make a
అందుకనే
habit
సార్
of
నాకు
writing
రాయనికి
the things.
అయితలేదు.
At least few lines you need to write. How you will remember?
రాస్తే మీరు చెప్పేది అర్థమైతలేదు సార్. రాస్తే దాని మీదనే ఉంటుంది. మీరు చెప్పేటప్పుడు రాస్తున్నా నాకు మీరు
You
నేను
need to make a
రాసింది
habit of this running notes. That's the most important for BTech student.
అందుకనే వింటున్నా సార్, రాయట్లేదు.
So you do one thing,
అర్థమవుతుందా?
Maniteja. You do one thing. If you're facing such type of problems, then from recording video, try to write running notes. However, I will be checking your running notes in the at the time of lab examination. Okay, prepare a running notes.
సరే
Right. Completed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is not an acceptable thing, Maniteja. Fine. Let's go with throw keyword. So throw is a keyword in Java used to throw an exception. అంటే ప్రతి చోట సార్ మీరు త్రో అంటున్నారు, త్రోస్ అంటున్నారు, త్రో అవుట్ ఎక్సెప్షన్ అంటారు, త్రో యూజ్ టు త్రో అన్ ఎక్సెప్షన్ అంటున్నారు అని చెప్పేసి ఉండొచ్చు. మీకు త్రోస్ కీవర్డ్ మధ్య చాలా కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఉంటుంది. But I will clear that confusion. Try to remember that throw is a keyword in Java which is used to throw an exception from try block, which is used